Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I have not posted since my Peñasco trip. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel, I literally have not posted. Sorry about the noise in the background. It's literally like fucking 2 p.m. and everybody's awake in my house. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Koreana. Well, that's what I go by. My real name is Alexandra, but you guys wanted to see how my parents found out I had OnlyFans or OF. I don't know if I could even say that word on here, but let's go ahead and get started. I have a twisted tea right here, just like loosen up a little bit because you know what, everything's better when you're drunk. So I also have like a few notes because I asked you guys on Instagram questions like related to OnlyFans. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off by saying that I was working at Amazon in Otay in San Diego, and I was being slaved. I was literally working 5 days a week, 14 hours a day. I think it was Monday, Tuesday. I had Thursday, Friday off, and then I don't freaking know. I was just working 4 days a week. So all the other days, like my weekends and everything, I was working, and I was working graveyard. So that means that I didn't like sleep at all. Like my only time to sleep was literally like during the day, like once I got home from work, which was like 6 7 in the morning because I was off at 5. So I worked at Amazon, I want to say like 2 paychecks or 3, so what, like a month. Like nothing like close. Like I quit. So I was working at Amazon. They made us wear like these shoes that were freaking hard on my feet, and like it was just not it. Like they were heavy, they hurt my toes, like it was just so bad. And like I was already complaining since day one. Like it felt like I literally ran like 10 miles because my feet were so sore. So long story short, I got like a check and it was like hella short, and like I was like, why is it short? Like I've been coming to work every day. So I was like, no, mama. Is like, I was so pissed, right? So I was just like home one day and I was like going through my phone, and like I seen all these girls like have like OnlyFans and stuff, and I was like, I want to start an OnlyFans, but like I don't know what my parents are gonna say. Like I was just so scared, you know? Like every other person would be scared to start an OnlyFans, especially if you have like strict Hispanic parents like me. So, where's I going with this? This one day I was working and I was just so fed up. I think it was only like 11 p.m. and I had got to work like at 5 or 6 p.m. and I was like, I'm so over this. My feet hurt. And that day was like so slow. We weren't getting like no packages in. So the fact that we like you can't sit down like is the principle. Like you literally can't sit down even if there's nothing to do. So I was just standing on my feet for like 2 hours and I was like, what the fuck? Like I know I'm not doing anything. Like no me cuesta trabajar and like not doing anything. But like can I at least have a seat? Like my feet are not like meant for this shit. So um I left that day. I left work and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like I'm gonna leave work, like I don't feel good. But like in reality, like I just wanted to like get the fuck out of there, you know? And so I went home and it was still early, like nighttime. So that same night I opened up OnlyFans. I had to get verified first. So it took like a day and a half. So by the second day, like my OnlyFans was already verified. So I started uploading on OnlyFans. I didn't care like at the time. Like I was just scared that my parents were gonna find out, which they did, but we're gonna get into that right now. So I just started like posting on OnlyFans and stuff. And I was making like really good money. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go back to Amazon. Like, hell nah, canceled. Like I'll buy from Amazon, but like I won't ever work there. I'm sorry. So I just started posting, and like my first week, not even it wasn't even a week before I got caught up. So I was posting and everything, and like within a few days some girl decided to subscribe to my OF and screen record all my feed and show it to my dad through Facebook. So what she did, and you know how OF is very like confidential, so nobody can like leak your content or like share any type of video or copy and paste or record it, because it's like very confidential. Like you can get sued for doing that, you know? And if you didn't know, now you know, just in case you try to like do some shit, you know, now you know. So at the time my dad's Facebook was public. It wasn't public to like everybody could see his post, but it was public for the way that people could send messages even though you're not friends. Like you would pop up on the message request. And now since all that stuff happened, I went on my parents' phone and I went private for the messages, so nobody could send them a message unless they're their friends. So that girl decided to literally tell my like screen record all my feed and send it to my dad through Facebook. I don't know how she found him, but she found him. And my mom knocks on my door like the next day after he finds out, which was only like 3 days after starting my OnlyFans. And she's like, Alexandra, she's like, abre la puerta. And I'm like, oh my god, like I was so scared because I was like through those 3 days I was like scared like that they were gonna find out. Like I was just waiting for the moment because I knew it was gonna happen because I have like so many people that don't like me, but I was just waiting for the moment, right? And so that moment came. It was in the morning. I was sleeping, and every day like I would be on OnlyFans. I was literally I was doing just selling content, posting, selling content, and I was making really good money. And by that time it was like 4 days and I had already had like $1,000. So that was like my first rack. So when my mom told me, she's like, what is this? And it was like a censored booty pic of me. And I was like so embarrassed. Like my heart just like completely dropped. And I was like, fuck, like there's no way, like there's no way some girl sent this to your dad. And I was like, okay, right now I don't care. Like if you guys are mad, I want to see who the girl is. So I was like really embarrassed with my dad, you guys. Like my dad wasn't even the one who told me, it was my mom. Like she grabbed this one and she told me. That's how embarrassed I was. Hold on, I need to sip. So she was like, estás mal, Alexander. Like you're better than this. Like we never taught you to do that type of stuff. Like you're disappointing us. Like all you have done is like disappoint us. And like I was crying because I was like, well, like my parents are not proud of me. Like I've done so many things like to fuck up their trust and everything, and like this was just another one of those. So like my dad left to work. Like my dad had a conversation with me. He's like, you don't really like need to be doing that. And then my mom had the same conversation with me. And then when my dad left to work, I felt like more comfortable talking to my mom because she's a woman and like, you know, she knows. And I was like, look, mom, if you let me do this, I promise you that I can help you out with more bills in the house and all this stuff. And she's like, how? Like, you're not even making that much money. Like, I bet you you're not. And I showed her my statements on OnlyFans. And like I said, I had already had over $1,000 in those 4 days. And she just looked at me like, oh shit, like, you really made $1,000 in 4 days? And I'm like, yes, like, I really did. And I told her I was just selling like bikini pictures and stuff, which obviously like sometimes like it requires a little more than that, but they accepted it. I told them one thing about the phones. I was like, I'm just gonna need your guys' phones so I can block messages from people you guys don't have added as friends. So my parents gave me their phone and I was able to do that, so nobody was able to message them now, not even through Instagram, because you know, like I just had to get that out of the way so I wouldn't have to go through the embarrassment no more. So after I talked to my mom, I was like, okay, mom, like I want to see who the girl is. Like I need to go on my dad's phone and go through that girl's messages with my dad. And she was telling my dad like, oh, mira, su hija es bien puta, like está enseñando el culo, que esto y que lo otro. And now it was like a fake account on Facebook. It was like a very famous account, but it was a fake account. So that girl worked really hard to even get those type of likes or those type of pictures that it made the account look so real. Like it literally had mutual friends of mine on that account. So I was like, what the hell? Like this girl like must be known for like exposing or like just hating in general, because like if she worked so hard for all that, then you know. But I'm trying to like not, I'm gonna try to make this video not a lot of like cutting and stuff. I just want to make it like raw. So I messaged the account and I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, girl, like, who the fuck are you? I was like, you did not know what you just get yourself into right now. I was like, I'm about to like file a big ass lawsuit against you. So I was like, even if you think that you really like did something to me, like you actually helped me, because now like I don't even have to hide it from my parents no more. Like I actually have their support now. And then so she didn't know about like the lawsuit and stuff. So she was shook. And so what she did is she unsent the messages that she had sent to my dad. She completely deleted the Facebook account and deleted the messages with me. And I was like, girl, like it's too late. Like you already subscribed to my OnlyFans. Like they could track down your payment method and the person's whose information you use to subscribe to my OnlyFans. Like we can track it down. Like the payment method, the card name, the numbers, everything, girl, it's gonna pop up. So what I did is I contacted OnlyFans and I had a conversation with them, and they were like, okay, we need the girl's Facebook account, and like if you really have a sus person on your OF that was subscribing, you think that it was her, like you can send it to me. So I had one subscriber that had bought no content from me and had no messages from me and would not buy none of my content through chats. So I was like, I think this is her. So OnlyFans did their thing, and right now that's being processed. So it's been a while, sis, but you're not gonna get away with it, because even though if it was my dad or like my cousin or like my friend or somebody I don't know, you still snitch. So you're gonna serve that shit, because fuck you. So that's how my parents ended up finding out that I had OnlyFans. And till this day, I am like 4 months with them doing OnlyFans, and I have made over $5,000 because everybody was asking me. So I have made over $5,000. The first month I did make the 3,000 in 1 month. So, or less than that, maybe less than a month, I made $3,000. But now that I just like been non-consistent, I just don't make as much money as I used to, but I still do it here and there. Sometimes I don't only sell content on OnlyFans, I also do it outside of OnlyFans, because I kind of like know how to work the little tricks and stuff now. But oh my god, I run out of air when I talk about stuff like this. So that was how my parents found out that I had OF, and they support me now, and I'm trying to convince them to let me dance. So I wrote down on this little notebook a questionnaire that I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions about OF. Shit. So tips on how to start an OnlyFans. You just have to be really confident and not give a shit about what people say about you. And like I know a lot of people like cannot handle hate, or like cannot handle like they're really sensitive when it comes to like people talking about them and all this. But me personally, I don't give a fuck. So fuck the haters, sis. Make your fucking money. They ain't gonna fucking make it for you. So my only tip is to not give a fuck. Might not be as professional, but that's my tip. What was their reaction? Obviously very disappointed, but as soon as they seen how much money I was making, like my parents even like clown me now. They're like, oh, I'll take him out to eat, and they'll be like, oh, like por la booty de la jale, and I'm like, fuck, like it's just funny to me, you know. So yeah, like their reaction was pretty bad. Like they were very disappointed in me, but now they're like okay with it. Anyways, how did it feel? It felt like honestly very relieving. Like finally my parents know what I'm doing, and like I don't have to hide it no more, because it was all like right here, you guys. Like I was just so scared throughout those 3 days that I had like OnlyFans. Like I just felt relieved, like, and happy that my parents like were supporting me now. And then so somebody asked about my pole, because if you guys see, I have a pole in my room. What did my parents think about my pole? So let's start off by saying that my dad didn't even know that I had ordered a pole and that it was in here. I had been bugging my mom for over like 5 months, maybe even a year, that I wanted a pole in my room. Like I wasn't always like oh, I want to strip, I want to dance. Like, I just wanted a pole. I wanted to teach myself how to use the pole. Like, I thought it was something like really cool. So when we moved out to Arizona, my mom finally allowed me to get a pole in my room. So when my dad works in San Diego still, so whenever my dad's almost never here, so he's only here like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he goes back to work Monday, or he's here Saturday and Sunday and Monday and goes back Tuesday. So when he's not here, like, we basically have the house to ourselves. So I was like, Mom, like, right now is a perfect time to order a stripper pole. My sister is crying. My little sister's crying, but I'm so sorry. Like, it's not that serious. Like, she's just crying because I don't know, she got in trouble. But so long story short, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, right now is a perfect time to actually like get a pole in my room because my dad's not here all the time, so we can get it. So sometimes my mom will back me up, or sometimes my dad will back me up. Like, you know, it's kind of even. So I ordered a pole because my mom has Amazon Prime. So I ordered a pole through her Amazon Prime, and it literally got here like the next day. And once I got it, like, my dad was here. My dad was here when the pole got here, and I was like, oh my god, I hope he doesn't see. I hope he doesn't see the package. So he was here, and my package came in, and I just brought the package to my room. I was like, I hope he doesn't ask what it is. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's because my little sister's being such a crybaby right now, so I have to like keep cutting the video. But anyways, I was like, I hope my dad doesn't ask what's in the package or anything. So better said than done. He didn't ask. So when he left to work on Monday, he was gone. So I was like, it's the perfect time to set up my pole. My mom was like, you can set it up, but like just make sure that like you take it down when he comes. And I was like, you really think that I'm gonna be taking this pole off and like putting it back home? I don't think so. So I was so excited. I was so happy, like sitting on my pole. Like, I was already climbing on it and everything. And when he came, I was like, fuck, I hope he doesn't see it. But I was already telling my dad, I was like, Papa, I'm gonna get a pole, I'm gonna get a pole, I'm gonna get a pole. He's like, that's loca, you do that, I'm gonna take you out the house. Da-da-da. So I was like, well, I already have one. I was like, I already have one. He's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, okay, I know, whatever. And my mom was like, shh, like, don't say nothing. Like, you could probably get away with it. Like, he's not gonna see, he's not gonna go in your room. So I told him, I was like, I forgot what I did to my mom. Like, I think I locked my mom outside the house, like, when it was hella cold. And she told my dad because I locked her out. She's like, she has a pole in her room. And my dad was just, like, in shock. So my mom literally stitched me out because I locked her outside. But, like, okay, whatever. At least they know now. So I was like, yeah, I have a pole in my room. And he's like, he came in here and he saw it and he was just like, are you serious? He was like, kind of, se le pasó el coraje, and like, now he's just like, whatever's about it. And my parents are whatevers about it, but now I'm trying to convince him to let me strip. Like, it's little by little by little by racks. Now it's like little by little, like, I'm, you know, like, getting up there. So now that's my goal, to actually convince them to let me dance. And they're like, no, like, es una vergüenza para toda la familia. And then I'm like, oh, Mom, you know I don't care, like, what people have to say about me, or, you know, they're like, we do, like, what are we gonna say, that you're a fucking stripper? It's like el otro. So, yeah, that was the story of how my parents found out that I had I don't know, whatever, OF. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any video recommendations or requests, please comment down in the section below and subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna be uploading like more content now, more videos. Also on Instagram, I'm kind of banned from going live right now, but I'm always doing like get readies with me on there, so you guys can go watch my get readies with me on there, and follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave the link down in the bio. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.